Next, we're going to measure down the center back waist length, and that comes straight down from the base of the neck at the back. And Lisa was actually 17.5 inches long. And there is her center back waist marking. You might have been longer. It just depends on the body torso. So she is, there's the waist guideline, she is actually 1 inch shorter than the waist guideline on the master pattern. Again, that is a dimension that you're going to want to record because you will be doing that one more time on the shirt front. So now, because she's shorter than that of the master pattern, I need to release the tracing vellum, and keeping the center back and the straight of grain straight, I'm going to shift the vellum down until it lines up exactly on the grain line marking, on the waistline marking of the master pattern. And now is when you can mark in your waist measurement. And so there is Lisa's waist measurement right there. You have a really wide selection of sizes and measurement circumferences for the waist. Then take your designing stylus and connect your underarm with your waist dot in the smoothest curve possible. Now, one of the things that you're going to see is that there is a solid line right here that nips in at the waist and comes back out. That is a guideline for the women who have the very shapely figure. And this dotted line out here is more for a man with a straighter shape figure. So your man's pattern might be coming straight down. Lisa's does have some shape going into her waistline. Once again, please just use the stylus as best appropriate to connect your dots wherever your waist happens to be. And, you know, for reference purposes, I'm actually going to draw in this waist guideline so that you can really see that as well. There we go. Now, with the tracing vellum left in this position, let's take a look at our hemline options. First of all, because this is a unisex kit, we have a length for women. That's this first curved line and the first straight line, which means that you can have the shirt tail style hem or a straight hem on your shirt pattern. And the next curved line coming down, that's a longer shirt tail hem for men, but if you wanted to do a jacket for him with a straight edge, there is the straight hemline. Now, what's important to realize here is that if you're drawing this for yourself, for a woman, then this series of dots says woman's full hip measurement, which I will mark off for Lisa, and she's right there. But if you're sewing a shirt or a casual jacket for a man, as you come down to this line, this series of dots says waist measurement for men. And that's again because men are typically straighter down and women have more curvature. When this is drawn off for the woman, then you're going to end up with approximately 2 inches of ease, which is about 5 centimeters of ease in that hip circumference area. Now for Lisa, I'm just going to put on this slightly curved hem like this, and you can just see how I'm using the designing stylus to create these appropriate curvatures, and then it flattens out going across like that. Okay, and let's not forget we have an optional back dart here. You can add this if you want to. It just simply depends on whether you want the back of this shirt more fitted to your body. And these are chest bust measurements, chest bust measurements. All you would do is mark the dot that represents you and then shift the vellum over top of that particular dot to draw off that dart if you want it. One last thing to do with the shirt pattern is add seam allowances. So you just put the designing stylus back into the pattern as you have drawn and draw through the 5/8 inch seam allowance slots provided. Again, for those of you who have jumped forward in this DVD, you're using the designing stylus, you're using the edge of the slot that is nearest the outside edge to add on the 5/8 inch seam allowances. So now is an appropriate